Hello, 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 my beautiful souls. Blessed day and blessed be. So, as we're getting close to this Aries full moon, I love it. I pulled Renewing Your Life, Radiant Vitality in My Life, and Failure. Sorry, I just saw a weird light. I understand a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. I love the energy of these cards. One, because that huge clutter box that's being thrown off the cliff over there, that's what we need to do with our fears and our ego and our preconceived notions of failure and limiting beliefs. Like, you need to just pack up the bullshit excuses you've been telling yourself and all those voices that are in your head and the ego that sits on your shoulder, and just put that shit all in a box and kick it over the ledge. Sayonara, you no longer serve me, you're no longer welcome in my life. That is entirely what I'm receiving from this message. So many of us are caught up. Excuse my nasaliness. I don't even know what the hell that's about. I'll be doing some chakra clearing on that later. But so many of us are holding on to our past, right? Holding on to mistakes as if mistakes define us, as if they're not an opportunity for learning and growth, as if the door that closed was the only possible door for us to walk through, and we're missing the point that we're standing in a hole filled with other doors, and many of them are open with light shining on and music beckoning us in. You know what I mean? Like, it's time to take your excuses, your bullshit, your limiting your beliefs, your fears, and you need to just, I don't know, have a ritual for it. I mean, you literally could get a real box and just start getting a sheet of paper and writing shit down. Fear of loss of a job, put in the box. Lack, put in the box. Poverty, put in the box. Illness, put in the box. Disease, on and on and on. Get your list together. Whatever it is that maybe is holding you back from living your best life, or is, gives you a feeling of fear and, tightness in your stomach, or, headaches. And, stress comes out in different ways. Are your shoulders shrugged? Are your teeth clenched? Are you breathing properly? Write all these things down. Things that make you really uncomfortable. That's the task. Things that make you really uncomfortable. Things that kind of make you scared. Things that, you want it, but take whatever that but is, write that shit on, and say, like, Lord, thank you for the lessons that I gained from all of this, but it's time for me to let all this go. And as I put it in the box, I'm releasing it back into the universe, back into the light from which it came, and I'm transmuting it once and for all. And so it is. Like, there's so many ways that you can go about healing. I love to call on my angels, the archangels, my ancestors, my spirit guides, Jesus, and the other ascended masters. I love it, love it, love it. I call in the violet flame that was brought to us by Archangel Zachiel and Saint Germain. There's just so many different techniques. There's a ton of spiritual teachers out there, gurus, whatever works for you. Do you need a specific ritual per se in order to heal? No. However, rituals are physical acts that help us focus our energy and our intention on the task at hand, which makes it more powerful. Do you need a spell book? Do you need a lucky charm? No, you do not. All you need is the power of your mind and your intention and your energy and your vibration. Having said that, these things do work, so don't discredit them if just trying to change your thoughts isn't working for you right now. But it's time for you to release the lack energy and the stifling stagnation energy of failure and defeat and fear. And it's time for you to take your life back, take your power back. Like, cleaning house isn't always our physical home. Yes, you do want your apartment and your house clean. You don't, spiders, rodents, and everything else will get in there. But cleaning house also means your mental house and your spiritual house and your emotional house. Things are coming up right now big. There's a lot of toxic energies that are being cleared out and transmuted right now. I told you guys before, I'm seeing, especially in intimate relationships, a lot of things playing out in huge, huge dramatic ways. And I mean like either one end of the spectrum or the other. There's been like no middle ground that I've been witnessing. Cleaning out our emotional house means that when something comes up that makes us uncomfortable or we're not with it, we got to figure out a way to clean it up, clear it out, dissolve it if it no longer serves us. When things come up, mental blocks, you get to a certain point and you just get frustrated, a few deep calming breaths and taking a step back or even going for a walk can help you shift your perspective of whatever it is you're doing. There's a ton of techniques. I have said before and I'll keep saying it again, I like to journal. I know that how I'm feeling at the beginning of my passage isn't necessarily how I'll feel towards the end of my passage, but I was able to write it all out, work through it, and clear out whatever perceived discord I felt was going on. Because again, everything is our perception of things. Just because that's the way I perceive it doesn't mean that's necessarily the way it is, right? At least not where the other person is concerned. So clean out your spiritual house, clean out your emotional house, clean out your mental house, and yes, also clean out your physical house, whether that's your physical body or your physical home that you live in. But you are a beautiful being of light and a child of the Most High God, and all of the power within you dwells from God. You're a child of God. You can be, do, or have anything that you want. All things are possible for you if that's what you believe. But if you're stuck in this energy of failure and defeat and I can't, then you won't. I can't means you won't. Not because it's not possible, but because you believe that you can't. Anything is possible for all of us. Anything is possible. So it's something I tell myself often. It's something that I remind my children. My son said, I think he wants to be a firefighter, a cop, and something else. And, I heard something out of his dream. And I was like, you don't let anyone talk you out of your dream. Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean that you can't do it. And just because they can't do it doesn't mean that you won't do it. You don't live your life based on somebody else's fears, their lack of awareness, or their lack of hopes and dreams. What are they doing with their life that is really singing for them? Are they living their best life? No. The people that were giving him advice are not living their best life. They're content, kinda. They're making do for the most part, but you don't get to talk my child out of his goals and dreams. Not at all. I'm like, you could do whatever you want to do. As long as you keep God first, I'm with it. You will always have my support. So if he wants to be an astronaut, pastry chef who fights crime at night and firefighter during the day, then I will have the first astronaut, pastry chef, crime fighting superhero son. And I'm with it. And I'm all the way with it. It's time to give yourself permission to heal, to be happy, to be loved, to be open and receptive. It's time to give yourself permission to live your best life. It's time to give yourself permission to live happily ever after. It's time to give yourself permission to love and to be loved and to receive love. It's time to give yourself permission to heal. It's time to give yourself permission to fail so that you can succeed, because these are spiritual lessons and they are to help your growth and expansion. Life does not have to be full of suffering and pain. However, some people learn better under those circumstances. I get it. I get it. It took me a long time to learn that I don't need to go all the way to one end of the spectrum and have my life completely fall apart and shatter around me in order for me to realize that I want better. Flag posts along the way. You don't ever have to go that far down the road. That's your choice. Like I said, some people learn better that way. Some people need the catastrophes in order to learn. I'm good on the catastrophes. I like little lessons. I like to listen to conversations and learn from other people, or read a book, or go, that was it. I'm good on the tower moments of life, So get a box, you can get like an old, you can even get an old tissue box, and that'll work for you. And start writing down the stuff you want to get rid of, and do it. You deserve it. All right? I love you. God loves you, and angels surround you. Bye.